Whoa! Happy Thursday.
Hi, guys. What's going on? Scotch for Dummies here, and all four of us are here.
Four guys on a Scotch journey?
Back at the old bar.
Back at the old
Oh, stomping grounds. Cheers, gentlemen.
Something feels off.
I don't think anything's wrong.
It does feel a little weird. I kind of like you back here.
I don't have my lab coat on.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
the problem.
nerdy lab coat.
Right?
It is November, too. Look at Andrew.
Yep.
He's working it.
And remember, marzipan.
Oh,
Marzipan.
Happy Thursday, everybody. I don't know who's on.
I'm
Drew
pulling
doesn't
up the
have to chat
comments.
up. We're going to say hi to everybody. Just got off the pre-show with the patrons. And some good chat. It's
Always good to
fun.
see 'em.
It's good. And we're going to see most of them next
Most
week.
of them will be here at our 6-year.
We'll talk
If you're not there, you're missing out.
about that to wrap up tonight's
That's all
show.
right.
But let's say, hey, what you got going on?
Right there.
What you doing?
There you go.
Oh, okay. All right. So obviously, Tom.
Patreon.
Tommy.
And Bob's there too.
Hmm.
LOL Bob. I don't know. Bob H. There he is.
Ooh.
Cooper Henry.
You know what he's drinking tonight, based on the topic. You know there's going to be a bomb. I actually almost brought over some Baileys and stuff like we could do bombs. I'm like, it's just too much mess and everything.
It is a mess.
That's a whole topic. We can do a whole show. Just call it, Irish bombs
I'm
away.
good for that. I love those. Those are good. But Bob, so obviously Bob H is on because of Guinness bombs.
Yep. Bobby J.
Trooper Henry.
Trooper. I heard you might have Trooper might have a Karen coming.
Yeah, that's a big score.
Yeah, it
I wonder
is.
how
For
much
an out of the
Leanne's gonna
wild.
charge you for it.
Man,
She picked it up for $180.
Yeah, right.
Steal.
60 some odd dollars. I mean, I think I paid $100 some dollars lately on my last bottle. So
I'd feel almost guilty about that.
I would
Almost.
never. I would have cleaned the shelf.
Hell
I would have too. I
yes.
probably would have too because I know people would want it. Yeah.
Dude, that's my next instant 20s, man. I love that bottle. It's
Yeah.
good. Good
I
stuff.
see Francois is on.
What's up, friends?
Who else we got?
There we go.
Hello. John Krantz. Stuff
Everyone's-
for work.
yeah.
Ahoy.
Scotch and Bayou.
Look at Bobby J.
Tom R. John.
He misses the
Pierre.
old
Wheelhouse.
School, missed the old school intros.
Wheelhouse.
New ones are cool too, though. So
Who wants the old Wheelhouse?
Wheelhouse.
So
we
yeah.
can actually play that for
So
you.
what's the original opener? Do you have the very original when we first started doing lives, or did we just bring it up and go?
You mean-
Hi guys, we're
You
live.
mean this one? You asked for it. You know, it's funny. I made
Look
a
at those
comment. I'm like,
babies.
good Lord, look how much gray I have now. I mean, that was
See what you people have done to us.
whiskey has done some damage to my
Yeah.
youth.
I don't know that it's the whiskey.
I don't think
I mean, come on. Let me have
It
some.
helps you maintain the
It's because you
youthful
work so
appearance.
hard.
That's it. Stress.
The stress of working with us has turned you gray.
That was the original intro. You know what? Good segue. Original intro 6 years ago when I started putting together stuff. I discovered, because iMovie was the only thing I knew about for editing videos.
And that was a template, wasn't it?
That was a theme or something. And it took me like 2 days to put it all together.
First time I
But-
saw it, it blew me away. I was like, no.
We're
effing way.
professional.
This is bad at, right? That
Leave
was
it to
really
Apple
cool.
to make things really cool looking, really easy. So
Yeah. So tonight's topic, we're gonna have some fun tonight.
Yeah.
We've got a busy week coming up. Let's just go out and say, are we doing a live next Thursday or not? Let's get that out of the way.
I don't think we can.
I don't think
we're not.
I think that's pushing our luck.
This is
So-
our last live for a couple weeks.
because next week we have our 6-year anniversary.
We're going to be live and in person.
Oh yeah, on
Well,
Saturday.
that's true. We will be live on Saturday.
Right, not this coming Saturday, but a week from Saturday on the 13th. We will be live quite a bit. But nevertheless, because of next week, we're not going to do a live. So this week we decided we're going to have some fun. We're going to change it up. We're going to spin it off of George Thorogood and see what you guys can do with what your imaginations can bring up. We all have different bourbons, different scotches, and different beers, and we're gonna go through and have a one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer night.
All right.
So I don't know how you guys want to start. Let's say, are you guys all ready?
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
Yeah,
Whatever.
It's one beer. We're
Yeah.
fine.
So everybody, Victoria C, I see is in the house, and Chuck Malt Minion. Everybody, get out your bourbon, get out your scotch, get out your beer, and let's see. Where do we want to start? We want to start with a beer. I'm in the mood for a beer.
Beer sounds good.
I'm in the mood to start this off with a beer. To be honest with you, I kind of took it to the next
What do you
level
want?
and started with an entry jam with an Irish.
I did too, yeah.
I'm I'm having.
I'll have that one. I'll have my old speckled hen.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ugh.
Well, since
You want
we are.
a glass?
You beer.
I do need a glass.
Yeah.
You're gonna go Coors Light? That's not even a beer. That's water. You can't hydrate. That's
Is that cheating? But what do you expect from me? What else do you expect? I mean, I've got a Guinness, but he's got a Guinness, so that's not fair.
You have to shotgun that if you
Well,
do
no,
that.
this is you.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's affordable. It's
Get that other
refreshing.
beer out real quick.
This is a great summer beer. It's not something anything special. Coors Light is kind of the beer of summer. You get done mowing the lawn, you drink one of these, you don't feel it because it's just like water.
You know what? I'll save this one for the after show.
I don't know if you guys remember, but when I originally built this bar, I had a kegerator
you did.
that was going to go in this wall.
That's right.
And
I decided to switch it up, you guys, and go with a Quaffon. This is a local Indianapolis
that is
beer,
a-
and it's made in by Big Woods.
Yeah.
It's a restaurant brewery here in Indianapolis, so I want to give them a shout out, and I figured I'd just go with this instead. Old Speckled Hen is a favorite of mine, but
Mhm.
everybody's
I remember
heard of that. So
And this is-
Quaffon Brewing Company. Check it out.
This is not really great at following a scotch. I'll tell you that. Or following Irish.
You think?
or really probably any
Or
kind
really,
of
probably.
I mean,
Shotgun
that's a
and
hot
Andrew.
summer day when you're not worried about something.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll finish this beer.
So you're having Guinness, right?
I am.
I'm having a Taxman bean counter, Belgian
Bean
style
counter.
brown ale,
Hey, look how dark
brewed
that-
with coffee and spices from Tinker Coffee Company.
that looks. Well, yours is pretty dark too.
I don't know. That one's a wee bit darker. It's
So
got a little bit
what
of a-
does this tell you?
Cheers to that.
That the guys that like
Cheers.
the sherries are all drinking the dark beer, and the Pete Head is drinking Coors Light.
I don't know that it has anything to do with the peat.
Woo!
Uh-oh.
I will tell you though, I did bring one just in case.
Well, I have
So-
one extra too. Somebody wants one.
You want to try a sip of this?
yes.
I want to do a shout out to Travis, my guy at Big Woods, my old neighbor. Love that kid.
Wow.
It's actually really good. It's a really
It's got a nice coffee flavor. That's why it's good.
robust porter here.
Wow. See, that's one thing I like.
Taxman brings the thunder.
I think they use that when they're distilling Signet.
Really?
chocolate-
Oh, is there coffee on
The
there?
chocolate malt.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's,
totally.
it's brewed with coffee.
Actually, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's
good.
very good.
But it's one of those what you can drink one of those.
Yep.
It's too heavy
Well,
for.
that's what I'm having.
He's having one beer. He's gonna have only one scotch.
Steve A, you're right. I mean, there's other applications for the other times, but yes, you're right, and I get it. That's what Coors Light is for hydration.
It is.
And you gotta pour the Guinness the correct way,
Oh my gosh.
right? You
Yeah,
gotta
and I
pour it-
see
It's
the
all
Coors
about
Light
the
comments.
foam,
Yeah.
the head, and getting the head as much as possible. I mean, just
There's nothing like a good head.
yeah, that's true. Very much true.
Wow, that was strange coming from you. That's not a dad joke.
Huh?
That's like a dirty dad joke, Andrew.
That was a joke. I was agreeing with him.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing like a good
What's
Guinness
going
head.
on?
That's
Get it?
perfect.
Yeah.
Guinness head.
No, we're not chugging these. We're gonna have some fun with it. But
So in the song,
I was just gonna bring it to
so
It's hard.
he's having a rough time of it, right? Old George is getting kicked out of his place,
Poor Georgie.
Well,
and we don't have a whole lot of money for anything. So I'm guessing he's not drinking porters or
I
Guinness.
think he's a Budweiser guy.
He's probably
He's
more like a
PBR.
Coors Light. You know what I mean? PBR,
I mean, he's
Pabst,
The
Strohs.
song
Pabst.
starts
Oh,
out.
Stroh.
He hasn't got kicked out yet. Basically, the song starts out that he lost his job. Right?
You know all the words,
He
right?
ain't gonna get the money. He's got no money to pay his rent. He's got to go tell the landlady, and she ain't having it. She don't want none of
You're
it.
out.
So funny story. I wish I videotape that? I don't think I did. So we went on a fishing trip down to Real
Cannonball.
Cannonball.
Cannonball
Well,
coming
and
in.
Cannonball
see,
coming
what I
in.
love is if you look at the comments, people are giving their combination, their whiskey, their scotch, their beer. You got Wheelhouse has Hefeweizen, EC,
I like that.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and Needs 21.
That's a great combo right
There's
there.
nothing wrong with that combo. So
That brings the thunder.
it does.
So I was going to say is we had a fun time. We've had a couple good fun fishing trips, which we need to do another one soon. It's been too long, boys. But Real Foot, Indiana had a karaoke bar, and I don't know what
Real
happened.
Foot, Tennessee.
No,
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. I said Indiana.
Tennessee.
And long story short, you two got up there and sang the song.
Yeah, amongst other songs.
You
My
sang the
God.
chorus. He just kind of worded all the words. So
I mean,
It was a weird bar.
He
he
really
doesn't
doesn't
really
sing.
It
He's
was
just
a
telling
weird
a story.
bar, yeah.
But man, did we have fun. So Nick said in his live version of the song, George actually says Budweiser beer.
See, I'm closer.
That wasn't the only song we did.
I'm not
We did
Budweiser.
Copperhead Road.
Oh my God.
Copperhead.
Copperhead
He
Road.
killed it, man.
Killed it, dude.
The regulars were like, "Oh my God, we have like experts here."
We
know
nailed
what
that
they're doing.
song. Oh my God.
We were hammered.
512 pecan porter. That sounds delicious.
Porter. So self-work
like
as
that.
Porter, Stag Junior, Octomore. That's an interesting combination.
Stag, Octomore. Yeah, that's
Finishing strong though with that Octomore.
Well,
Mm.
they've got powerful flavors there. So his has got a
Yep.
strong flavor profile there.
Steve Earle.
I just like this because it's got the coffee flavor, and I can use that.
Leanne
drink
says her
coffee.
grandfather's illicit still was close to Real Foot back in the day.
Oh, really?
I can picture that, Leanne.
We might have walked by it.
Yes, we might have.
We've been there like 3 times now, I think. Or no, it's 2.
And between those 2 trips, we caught 2 fish.
And we almost died probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Minimum.
3 different boats almost died twice. Yeah, it was.
The locals were like, "Oh, they're fine."
We didn't know if you're going to make it back or get a help.
They were not going to go out there.
No, they weren't coming
They
out.
weren't stupid. Yeah.
So I enjoy this beer.
Yeah.
It's good. I
Let me
like
see
it.
the can again. So
I knew. you were
my wife picked those up for the Halloween party last week, and she just wanted a variety, some different
Yeah.
stuff. And so when I was looking for beers for tonight, she pulled this out. I'm like, oh, I'm taking that over there. You know, I mean, I want to come up with more than just one beer. So we brought 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And I'm pleasantly surprised with it. I
It's
agree with
pretty
you.
good.
This is probably one where I just sit down and drink one and it's good.
Yep.
But
It's a winter
it's
beer.
kind of a heavy beer.
It is heavy.
I
No
like
question.
the can though. Guys, check out the can, man. It was perfect for Halloween, right? But bean counter.
That's why the Guinness is one of those ones that it's a heavy beer, but it's not like coffee, and it's just creamy and flavorful, and you
What,
can drink a
Guinness?
couple of those. Yeah,
That's a steak in a can, buddy.
No, that's
I-
not stag.
it's not as heavy.
I can drink those all night.
Stag is steak, taters, and gravy.
No.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
doesn't have the taste.
I should have brought a
The taters are
stag.
great. Well, I have a stag. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you should have brought a
I should
stag.
have brought a stag.
Oh,
Frank's beer. He's been on the show. That was like
Oh.
6 years ago.
Yeah,
that I'll tell you what.
Nocturnal. That's the
that beer
thumbnail.
is rough.
You know what? He's going to be here for Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll do a little live show reunion
With Frank?
Yeah, have him come down.
Ah, man. He actually was in that live, the
He
old
was.
thumbnail that
Yeah.
you showed, the old intro. Yeah.
But Guinness is something I didn't really like until we went to Guinness. And once you go into Guinness, you feel it out. I don't know why, but when you have a Guinness at Guinness, it's like, oh my God.
You know what's funny? My mom was the same way. My mom never
I
liked
didn't
dark
like
beers.
it.
She was like a Coors Light drinker
Yep.
forever. And then they went to Ireland and she went to Guinness. And then she came back. She's like, "Have you had this before?" I'm like, "Look who you're talking to."
Are you kidding me? Of course I have.
I don't know what it is, but it's the magic of Guinness. Like it's like the Disney World of beer.
Oh.
And so you go up there like, wow, this is really cool. And it's
St.
just
James Gate, baby.
you're
Well-
looking up at the little circle of the view is great and
Yeah,
Friends
on top of the bar.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, the bar on top,
you get
yeah.
that whole Dublin
and
view.
it's
know,
free. Right?
And that's the thing. That's why the Kentucky Bourbon Trail is so popular, because it's different when you go see where it's made and how they make it and the people that are making it and the people that are
Yeah,
bottling
same
it
here.
and all that kind of stuff. And so same with Guinness is that when you see the creation of something, it has a different reverence to you. And so then when you drink
Sure.
it, you're like, oh, Now I understand.
I think it's even a step up when you're talking about the distilleries, because then when you go to Guinness, you go to St. James Gate, it's not like you see it brewing. You know,
Correct.
but when you
No.
go to a distillery and you walk through and get their tour, you're getting the smells. You're smelling the mash. They're walking you by this big, and so then at the end of it,
And the history
Yeah.
and like just the craftsmanship.
you've actually felt it. You've sensed it with more than just reading it or
Sure.
seeing it on TV. You've smelt it. You've maybe touched it. Then when you taste it, it's totally different, right?
Have you guys ever gone to Maker's Mark?
No.
So at Maker's Mark, the tour we took at Maker's Mark, which was one of the bigger tours, you actually go into the brewing house and they brew all their beer in open top washbacks with screen windows. So when you walk in there and on your tour, they say, go ahead and touch the brewing and taste the foam from the fermentation. So there's a big fermenter there, and everybody that walks in there sticks their finger in that brewing and tastes it. So it's like, that's not sanitary at all.
Do they stink bomb it?
But everybody does that. So you're like tasting the beer as it's fermenting,
Ugh.
Right.
dipping your finger in an open top fermentation. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, now you've got a more of a connect. You've got a physical connection.
Exactly.
To the end
You
product.
like, and then they take you down to the still that's running, and you can taste it off the condenser, like the new make off the condenser. It's like a different. Talk about connection to the whiskey.
So Bobby H is having a Murphy's. Really, I'm surprised.
What?
Have you ever had that?
I don't know. Murphy's. They still make Murphy's.
Do you have Irish whiskey dropped in it?
Michael Hassler's having a natty light.
Whoa, man, bringing back
Good
my
man,
Air Force
good man.
days there, buddy. When I couldn't afford anything else.
I like a PBR every once in a while. Just give me one. You know,
It's like kissing the Blarney Stone.
If it's a
Yeah.
white beer, I'm probably drinking Corona.
All the
And
local
it's probably
Irish people
really
piss
hot
on Blarney
outside.
Stone.
Yeah.
look at this. It's funny.
Yeah, we're all messed
It's
up.
No Shave November.
No Shave November. I did start this, and yeah, this is just since November 1st. No, it may have been a little older than that, but
You just flex and it grows.
That beer is kind of weird. It's kind of like airy, like carbonated or something.
It is. It's definitely
overcarbonated.
It's
no, I
not
don't
carbonated
think it's
though.
overcar-
It's airy. It's kind of weird. Taste isn't that great.
It's
for me.
pretty good. It's like I said, the distillery's down in Brown County, and they sell it at their restaurants, which
Oh,
is
God,
Big
that's
Woods.
So
Taxman makes good beer.
their beer that they
All their
then
shit's good.
distill, or is it just like they just make their beer?
It's just a brewing company in Brown County, Indiana. But I mean, honestly, I was going to have that old Speckled Hen because I really do like that
That's a
beer.
good
But
English
this
beer.
is it's good. But this was local, and I wanted to give it some props on the show.
Yeah,
I wanted to
it's
give it a
great.
little shout
Cough
out. And I'll
I
come
think
back to that.
Keith's
Speckled.
son works there still.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Travis. I gave him a shout out. But the Speckled Hen, I've been onto that for a long
I
time.
remember drinking that at Thanksgiving with you years ago.
Yes, I can remember. My younger sister had moved in with us for a few months. She needed a place to stay while
That's
she
what
was,
it was.
and so Speckled Hen comes in 4-packs,
So-
and it's expensive. It's like $16 for a 4-pack. $16-17. And I come home one day from work, and I'm gonna pour myself a beer, and I go in the fridge in the garage, and there's no beer. I'm like, hey man, I had some beer in the fridge. She's like, oh yeah, I drank them. I'm like, what do you mean you drank them? She's like, well, the Colts were playing. I'm like, you drink your Coors Light when the Coors are playing, woman. I'm like, I just spent $16 on that for. I was so mad.
She didn't know it's a great beer.
She's like, football's playing. I got to drink a beer. There's nothing else. I'm gonna drink Mark's. Oh, I was mad.
I'll tell you a fun drinking beer story.
okay.
It's my brother, he's what people would call frugal. He makes you look like you blow money.
What?
Right? So he is staying with one of my good friends for like a month or two during the summer. My friend has a job. My brother does not have a job. He is sitting at home drinking all their beer. My buddy gets home from work, and my brother, drinking their last beer, says, hey, I noticed when I was in the kitchen the last time that you're out of beer. When are you going to the store?
After he's been drinking.
After he emptied the refrigerator. Yeah.
Yeah. So that didn't go over so well.
Yeah. Couch sitting's gone.
Have you guys ever had Boningtons?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
Yep.
English beer too.
Yeah, it's a lot like it's got the aerator in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I think
my
my
dad
fr-
drinks that a lot, but he's English, obviously.
Right.
I grew up English, and I've had one of the best beers of my entire life was a pint of mild. I was 14.
I was just
in
gonna say
England.
he's like 15 years old.
I was
Yeah.
I was 14 something. I was in England in a pub, some random pub. I don't know. It's just called a pint of mild. I have no idea what the actual beer was. It's just called a pint of mild, and it was like it was the door opener for me for like
I
beer.
picture a vacation, family.
It was.
And,
It was just like that.
You know, dad and son and and Drew's just like.
I wasn't
talk, Dad.
No, it
Good
was,
talk,
It
Dad.
was similar. Actually, it was funny because it was freezing cold outside. We were walking around pubs, and I was freezing. You know, it was before the beer actually. And he goes, "You're cold, son." I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm freezing. You know, I'm 14, skin and bones, right?" He goes, "You got something to warm you up." So he takes me in his pub because you can 14. It's legal over there, whatever, right?
Arguably, yeah. I mean, back when you were a kid, it probably.
It probably
Oh,
was.
geez.
Hey,
Back in the
day.
easy.
Get out the sundial.
God damn. Jeez.
Get out the sun
Throwing
dial.
zingers back here. I know. Right. But anywho, he pulls me in there. He goes, 2 Drambuies. I go,
Oh.
"What's a Drambuie, Pop?" He goes, "Son,
Oh.
Warm you up.
son, this is sipping. Just take a couple small sips and walk away." Okay, Dad. So I take a sip. I'm like, "Oh, this is awful. It's like black licorice. It was terrible." But I'm like, "It's warm."
All right.
I was not cold.
He's
the
like,
rest
now
of
go
the
pick
night.
up those darts and hit that bullseye.
Yeah,
right. I got $50 on you. Don't miss.
I tell you what, my dad in his heyday, man, do not mess with him in darts. He was an eagle. We had darts in my house growing up. He was
Oh.
good
Well,
times.
So anyway, here we are. We started backwards from the song because obviously, you know, he's getting one bourbon, one scotch, one beer, and at the end of the song, you know, it's different than the beginning, obviously. So we started backwards. I don't know if we should work through the song backwards or just go through the song regular. The guy done lost his job. He goes, tells the landlady, he ain't got no money, he can't pay the rent. She ain't trying to hear that.
He goes down to the bar.
He goes
But
down.
he's
the
supposed to
bar.
be looking for a job.
He's supposed to be looking for. Well, she says that he was standing up against a post, but he was at the bar. Really, he was.
But I'm tired.
Yeah, he was. You know, walking all day. But anyway, he goes down to the bar. He has his one bourbon, one scotch, one beer. But then after the first visit to the bar, he goes down to his buddy's house. He says, "Hey, man, look, people, I'm outside, man. I need a place to stay. You know, can you hook me up?" And his buddy says something like, "Hey, let me go talk to my old lady." So he goes away and comes back
Is
and he
doing the
says,
song right now?
Yes.
He is.
he comes back and he says, "Yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. She's kind of funny."
But
George-
no.
George's like, "Man, she kind of funny. You kind of funny. Everybody kind of funny." You know, what do you mean? She's kind of funny. You know, so he gets kind of screwed. He's got to go back and talk to the landlord and say, "Hey, I ain't got that money." And she ain't trying to have that. So he's back at the bar.
Yep.
You know, what time is the last call for alcohol? The clock on the wall says 3:00. So anyway,
Oh my gosh.
we're going to finish this beer and we're going to get on to a bourbon or a scotch. Which one are we going to go to?
We'll see what happens. Somebody said Southern Comfort is the Drambuie. You know what? So another story. I grew up playing in bands, and
I
I
don't
had
know about that.
this light guy. His name is Paige. He's still playing today. But anyway, long story short, he drank Southern Comfort like it was that was the only thing he drank. Have you ever had Southern Comfort?
I had a roommate that used
it's
to drink
the
that
worst.
stuff
It's so
all the
In
time.
high
It's
school, we
coffee.
drank. You had to put it in the freezer. You had to get it really good
Oh,
cold.
that was hot
then you-
damn.
And then you could drink.
No, that was similar.
So
Oh,
there's a
it's
lot
so
of those.
bad.
Put it in the freezer and it'll be good.
Oh,
Yeah, White Walkers. One.
It's your Rumpelmans and your Jägermeisters
Yeah.
and your Goldschlagers. They're all like that sugary sweet.
Yeah.
Like
Put it in the freezer to remove the flavor.
go ahead and
it'll
do
be
some
great.
shots of that, and then you're gonna throw up.
The last time I had Goldschlager was in the Air Force. I remember putting a bottle up to the sky before we walked into a Nine Inch Nails concert. I ended up crowd surfing to the stage and looked Trent Reznor in the face.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Golden Slugger is pretty. Actually, I don't mind it. I used to be my shot.
It makes your vomit pretty.
Gives you good breath, fresh breath,
It
peppermint.
was a long night.
So is it
Gold.
bourbon or is it scotch now?
I want to end on a scotch just because I'm a
All
scotch guy. So,
All right, grab your bourbons.
cold score again. This game is a
What
joke.
Really?
what bourbon did you bring, Mark?
SoCo and Coke? No.
Mark, end with the scotch to wash. See, Tom knows me. So, I brought 2 different bourbons.
Is that a plastic? Oh no, it's not plastic.
No, it's not plastic.
Dude, that is a. So look, can we take
No,
note
wait
of
a
this?
minute, wait a minute.
Number 1, it's not plastic. Number 2, it's a big ass
Time
bottle.
out. Let's call it for what it is, because his wife is a turkey girl.
This is not Andrew. This is his wife.
So this is
beautiful
the
wife.
bourbon that I drink fairly frequently with my wife on
So
Wild Turkey 101 and like a Coke Zero or something, because the rye comes through. It's got great flavor.
She calls them gobble.
you guys always mix them, right? You don't.
Yeah, we do. I don't drink this neat, but I'll try it tonight.
You're doing it 101. You know, the last time I had 101 neat was with Keith's father-in-law.
Yes.
We went golfing one day, and after we get back, we're sitting at the house, and he drinks 101, and he pours one, and it's got ice on it, and I'm thinking I'm good. You know, he hands me this rocks glass, and I put that thing back, and 3 or 4 later, I can't even walk home, and I live next door.
Well, I mean, that was part of our bourbon discovery.
So I'm going to ask everybody what should I pour here. I brought a Willet that I bought down at the distillery. It's a zebra, so I brought it. But I also brought this. It's a Woodford Reserve, and I know it's not like the most classiest of bourbons, but I bought it. I bought it because it was in support of the Lafayette Fire Department in Lafayette, Indiana. They were doing a fundraiser, so I chipped in. It was for their 45th annual convention, local 472.
It's a popular bottle.
Why not, right?
Everybody
So
thinks that.
I'll pour what they tell me to pour. Willet or Woodford
Well,
Reserve?
if this was a double oaked, you should be drinking this, because the Woodford Reserve double oak
Give some
apparently is top notch.
I will wait the 20 seconds to see what everyone tells me to drink while I finish my beer.
See, look at the 101s. I love it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean,
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
so that 101 checks all the boxes, right?
It
It is
does.
a common, easy to access bourbon.
Cheap.
You're going to find it in every liquor store. It's not going to break your bank, and it's a good solid pour.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's cheap. I'd say it's affordable.
A
Yeah.
175 is $44.
Damn, that's
God
cheap.
damn, it is
That's
cheap.
That's what I'm saying. You can drink it every day, and it's 101.
I'll tell you what. I'm partial to that. I'll drink that. But that rare breed that we had with Master,
Yeah.
I was like, that blew me. I didn't know Wild Turkey could do that. I mean, I was like, oh shit, this is a different level of whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it was.
I
It's
have a
real.
bottle.
I actually have a bottle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right, what are you doing?
I bounce around a little bit on bourbons. Bourbons kind of make me sad, and not because of what they are, but because of the fact that living in Indiana, you can't get good bourbon. You just can't. Now, back in the day, I was an Elijah Craig 12 guy, and I drank that stuff like
Yes,
it was
you were.
I had
water.
a couple of them back
I
there.
would buy it by the case, right? And then they stopped making it, which made me super sad. I am still an Elijah Craig fan. I think that they do some really good stuff. Once they stopped, I went to the Henry McKenna 10-year. Great bourbon. And then some jackass gave it an award, and now you can't find it anymore. Because I used to pick that up all day for like $20. I would have a case of it. I used to have a case in the wall over here, and you can't find it as easily anymore. Although I do have it on the bar at work. But for just an everyday drinker, the Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond, just to like have something on the bar to pour or to mix, like I don't feel any guilt about this. And if I feel like I over poured myself, I'll throw it down the sink, and it's like $20 a bottle, and I don't feel bad about it.
I almost bought a bottle of that.
You know what's funny is I use this every Thanksgiving
It's
What do you use it for?
to brine my turkey.
The brine shirt?
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
freaking like $17.
But it's actually a good bottle. Like it's really
50%
good.
ABV. Yeah.
And then I've got the Rowan's Creek,
That's a good
which
bottle.
we picked up at the distillery. And it's so I got introduced to Rowan's Creek and Noah's Mill bourbons when I was at a different restaurant. I was the GM, and the guy that I had that did liquors for us would bring in like the distillers to like talk to us all the time. And so they came in and kind of tasted me through some of their different offerings. And I was just blown away. I'm like, these are great. Why haven't I heard of these before? Well, they're like small production.
Right.
And this was like 20 years ago. It was a long time ago. So ever since then, I was like, oh, well, these are like, it just sticks in my head. And when we went to the distillery with,
That was cool. Alan.
Ellen, yeah.
Which was a great day anyway. I was like, oh, I'm totally getting a bottle of this. So I also like this because they bring the heat. I don't remember what the ABV on this is, but it's not
It's
like
punching
100.
at 100.
No, it's 50.
Yeah.
That's 100.
50.05. So I think I'm gonna have to pour that. I'm probably have to pour both of them, to be honest with you.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
So I went Woodford because I was counting up the votes here. Oh, Travis
yeah.
Faircloth. They used to sell Elijah Craig 12-year-old for $19.99.
Yep. They
Just
gave
like-
that stuff away,
Just like
man.
they used to sell Compass Box of Sila for $59.99.
Yeah.
Of course, that one's been discontinued, and you just can't find that stuff anymore unless you go to Disney World.
Apparently. Or my bar.
That's
Apparently.
Yeah, I got the what's the Noah's
All right.
Noah's
Mills?
Mill, yep.
Yeah, that was good too. for me.
So
I want to smell
so
it.
you went with the Woodford?
So sweet.
yeah, I
and
went with the
oaky.
Woodford. It smells different on the hand than it does
Oh,
in
you get
glass.
the rye notes coming through
Yeah,
on that.
that's the beauty. That's what I like about Wild Turkey, is that
This
a
your
lot-
Wild Turkey?
yeah. So if you're gonna mix this,
Whoa.
Oh wow, yeah, that rye comes through.
if you're gonna mix this,
This is no rye. This
a regular bourbon and Coke, it just kind of the sweetness all kind of washes out.
This is
Where this has enough
tapioca.
rye to kind of cut through that
Feels like
sweetness, and you
This
you
is
taste the whiskey.
Yeah, no, it's
No,
Woodford.
Woodford.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what,
You
dude.
had tapioca pudding?
This Rowan's Creek
It's
freaking
sweet.
Something.
cuts through that Woodford like nothing.
What does?
I mean, this Woodford's way too sweet compared to that. I mean,
no, yeah.
that's my nose. I smell that and I'm like, oh yeah, the Woodford is just coming through like it's gonna
I'm
drink
getting-
heavy.
I'm getting
Oh,
more.
that's
I'm,
good.
I'm getting more
That's
vanillas
so
on
good.
this than that one's got more oakiness.
Right,
and
Yeah. This
depth,
one's got
yeah.
the oak. It's not overdone. It's got
What?
the vanillas and stuff, but it's
This isn't
it's
bad.
nice.
Are we actually like discussing the differences in bourbons?
All taste the same to me.
This is what I brought.
Is that a bourbon?
Okay.
It is, yeah. Tennessee.
Talk to me.
It's a Chattanooga whiskey.
Starlight Bourbon whiskey.
Ooh.
Starlight.
Chattanooga whiskey.
Did you say Starlight?
Bourbon.
Chattanooga whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, but if the distillery is Starlight,
No, Chattanooga whiskey.
Oh,
Chattanooga whiskey.
that's the name. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
It's a Tennessee.
It's straight. This doesn't say Starlight. It's a straight bourbon whiskey.
Oh, old people.
Starlight. I was thinking, Sunday evening Scotch is talking highly about
Here's
it.
my glasses.
Oh, my gosh.
What's going on here?
I can give you marks.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Whatever.
Oh.
Anyway,
Gerald
Oh.
says it's a good choice.
Yep,
At least
there you
somebody is in agreement with you. So I honestly, this Woodford, and I'm not experienced with Woodford. I don't
Tell
have a lot of
Tell us.
Woodford experience. It smells pretty straightforward, typical, little sweet on the nose. I got to be honest, on the palate,
it's interesting.
it
This is
it
my
tastes a
bourbon.
little green. I get too much like
Oh,
green,
wow, that is
like
unique.
greenwood, like it's like fresh. It's too woody, but it's like young, fresh wood, which is what bourbon
Let me
is
have a sip
supposed
of
to.
that.
Yeah, that does not smell like bourbon. It doesn't have any of the.
That's
the
why I got it
caramels
because I think I
and-
remember Jason gave us a sample of that, and I really liked it. I think that was one of them. You want to smell? Anybody?
Tennessee
Oh
Highball.
yeah, I do.
I like that Rowan's Creek.
Straight bourbon
I
whiskey.
think that Rowan's Creek's a little bit.
Yeah.
I like
See,
it
even
better.
Zach said it right there. See,
What'd Zach say?
What?
that was juice. See, I was right. Jason
Yeah.
Jason had a sample of that. I really liked it. So I bought some.
Don't encourage him, Zach.
So I just love how you guys pay attention to me,
Oh.
and you know what I like. It's just awesome. It's
You know
great.
what kills
'Cause I
him is the
forget.
fact that you guys pay
I-
attention to.
I'll tell you what. I like the fact that this nose isn't.
It's
Like
not.
I don't get the heavy rye that Andrew has.
No.
I don't get the cloyingly sweet. I don't get the barrel
Yeah.
quite as much. It's got
It's almost like a better segue to like what I like. Appreciate in Scotch. Like the,
it's got like a
Single malt.
lemongrass, orange rind. Like it's got sweetness, but it's not like sugary sweetness. You know what I mean?
Interesting. So we're exploring bourbons right now on our own.
So
So
is
we're
that
like,
the
wow,
Chattanooga?
there's a lot of difference here. This is unique to what we have
they
experienced
have
in bourbon.
they
Oh.
have this actually at
Oh wow.
That's-
It's got a rye note on the
Does it?
palate. though,
Does it
for sure,
really?
for sure.
It definitely doesn't
Interesting.
have that bourbon nose.
That's super
It's-
interesting.
There's,
Interesting,
there's a lot of different
Because this has the mash bill on here.
look at the back. It's actually
Yellow
pretty
corn,
good.
malted rye. So they malted the rye.
They did.
Interesting. caramel malted barley, and honey malted barley.
That's very different.
So they don't
nice.
start
The
with,
bourbon's coming out now.
So the difference
That's
with
really
that
cloying. That
is
dries your mouth.
Yeah.
so they've obviously roasted their barley to a higher degree because they don't talk about just plain malted barley. They have honey and they have caramel. So that means they've roasted the barley to create more of a rich flavor to it.
That's interesting.
There's a lot of rind going on, orange and lemon, and
It's got a great nose.
I think it's got a great nose. I don't care for the palate.
Mm.
It dries. It's like a freaking. It just sucks all the water out of your mouth.
You know what I love about doing bourbons with you guys? We know zero.
Not a damn thing.
So this is whiskey, huh?
Yeah, right.
so
Not
that
like any whiskey I've ever had.
You've now joined Bourbon for Dummies.
This is not the
It's
whiskey
a-
you've been looking for.
it's a pretty sweet finish. It's not that dry for me.
Man, it just like sucked all the freaking water out
We
of my
have some
palate.
Woodford. Try that.
So I
To
did
me,
learn
Pretty classic.
Ooh, this is more.
Smells like bourbon.
Well,
it's light,
Smells like
vanilla, and it's not an 11
it's very light in the nose, actually.
Will that show up on the camera? I'm just on the stage.
Molly's dying for she's dying for a pretzel. You're like 25 minutes early, babe. You gotta go. No can do, hon.
Molly
We're still
can't
on
ship-
bourbon.
Molly Camp should work. Yeah.
We got to get the scotch. I
See
don't know
there,
what to
Molly.
tell you.
Back up, Molly.
Too late.
Too late. You guys can
You
see a
can see her
waggling
butt.
tail. You can see a butt. There's a butt. Hey,
She's dying.
Go back, Molly.
Molly, 25
Hey.
minutes. You'll get pretzels in 25 minutes, babe.
Go on.
That is the palate's definitely more bourbon than that is.
I really got, to me, the
That's not a fair
green
statement,
wood
bourbon.
the green wood on the palate. I just
Corn.
don't care for it.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
to
it
say,
tastes
out
like
of
a
the four, I like my choice the best.
Really?
I would say yours is the richest flavor. The Woodford Reserve Double Oaked, it brings more of the oaky flavor to it.
All right.
I think you'd
I
prefer
was gonna
that.
say, man, you need a dump bucket. Let's use this for a dump bucket. I
Yeah,
want to
okay.
try some
Yeah,
of
that's
that
fine.
willet.
Yeah.
While
Get you some,
we're
man.
doing this, I'm gonna try some of
Yours
that willet.
smells
Everybody
pretty
said
It
to try the
is.
willet. Let's see.
It's
The
got
willet's good.
and the palate.
willet,
It's one dimensional. What you nose is what you palate,
Mm-hmm.
and with the wild turkey, it's kind of hot. It's a young.
Okay. So yeah, it's definitely hotter in the palate.
Yeah.
But it's a very because don't have a good acquired taste yet. But the bourbon potency is down. Like it doesn't hit me super
doesn't-
bourbony.
Yeah, it doesn't super
The
corny
corn,
sweet. Yeah,
It's
Yep.
actually pretty good.
it is good.
Especially for where you're paying
I
for
mean,
that.
So you can get like $30 for a bottle, or 44, 40, between
right.
40 and
I think this
45
was
bucks.
50.
For,
I like this too, though. This is pretty good. Did you try this?
what's that?
Heaven Hill.
Ah,
Did you guys try this? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
sweet,
I liked it.
almost candied sugar.
So it's bottled and bond, so it's a 50.
It smells sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like mine. It's good.
I got some.
Did you
sugar
try
on
mine?
that.
Sweet,
Try this.
easy drinker.
Is there a high rye on that?
I don't think there's a high rye on it.
This is the heaven.
Mm. All right, Tom, you're right. I like the willet better than that Woodford.
I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised either.
Oh, the nose is buttery and
So honestly,
that's a much
y'all,
better nose.
we're into bourbons right now during this segment.
Oh, that's good.
So let's talk about
I like
bourbon.
that one the
For
best.
like $20.
A couple
That
months
one's
ago,
actually my favorite.
we had
Oh.
Mash and Drum. Jason took us through
good.
a
Is this
blind. He took us through a terroir
Wow,
of
really?
bourbon.
Yep.
Since then, I've actually bought a few bourbons.
That's crazy.
I have a wild turkey
Is this
rare
your-
breed.
It's good.
That's
Um,
Chattanooga. That's from Chattanooga.
I actually went out tonight and bought the Old Forester 1910 because I was
Do you have
actually
Hell yeah.
pleasantly surprised with that. And I was going to bring it
This
over.
is-
That's
this
why I
is-
went out and
who is
bought it.
this?
But because I
Yeah,
didn't
he
bring
drank
it,
that
doesn't,
already.
it's
Yep,
on my
he's drinking
bar.
this right
I'll be
now.
fine with it. But I obviously have this willet, and I bought this willet honestly because we visited the distillery. You know, Alan took us. I was impressed with the treatment and the facility, and I'm like, you know
That's
what?
good.
It was a $35 or $40 bottle or whatever, and
That's
I love the bottle. How can you not like that bottle? So,
That's
and
good.
obviously it's been kind of I mean,
it's so the shape of their still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Custom
But-
bottle.
nice.
I think it's safe to say that we've all dipped our toes into the bourbon, or some of us have even waded in, or even
Yeah, I mean,
swam in the
I've
pool.
had to
Right.
do a bunch of them. I
Right.
mean, it just is what it is. But
I think it's whiskey, and we're getting there. My palate will mature with bourbon the more and I'm slowly weighting it. It's like getting into the cold water pool. You get up to a certain depth, and you're like, oh, the next step's gonna hurt.
That's a little grassy. It feels young to me.
And it probably is. This is their base, core line base bottle. But I've seen big ones, which I've wanted to buy the big bottle list just to have the bottle.
Yeah,
it's a badass
massive,
bottle,
yeah.
right?
The
But
175 and
When are you gonna store it though, right?
exactly.
Shelf.
They look cool.
You know what's funny? So a lot of these bottles, so like the Heaven Hill, that's a bar bottle, right? It fits in a speed rail.
So is the
It's a standard issue bottle. I can
That's
put a
well
top
drunk
on,
right there, baby.
right? Well, most of these are, but then you get like weird bottles like this one, and you're like, well, I can't put that in a speed rail, and it doesn't really fit on the shelf because it only comes to about here, and it's
Tell me
just
what
like
you do with this.
well, and I can tell you the other thing that restaurant and bar people hate about this, when you have to do an inventory and you got to figure out like how much is in this bottle exactly, like
I have no clue.
Hey, look
right?
at the width. Look at how
versus like a bottle like
Right.
this, and you're like, well, that's about 7/10 of a bottle. We're good.
Yeah.
Like I can figure that out pretty quick. But this one, I'm like,
No idea.
Yeah.
and it's usually the expensive bottles that are shaped weird.
Damn right.
I think I liked all the bourbons tonight, to be honest.
They,
Come on,
they were all very
Who
different,
brought the
and
bong?
they all had stuff that I liked about them.
Yeah.
There was
Dee-
not one bourbon that I would have poured
Dee's
out.
trying to talk us into feeding Molly.
What'd she say? Yeah, she's not ready yet. We'll get her in a minute.
We'll get her, D. But thank you for
She's-
that.
She's supposed to be not
We'll
eating
see
all
you
the
in a week.
pretzels.
We got to talk about that yet. But let's move on.
Who brought the bong to the bar?
That'd be the Willie.
That does kind of look like a bomb.
Maybe I did, Tom. Maybe I
Bubble,
did.
bubble, 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 bubble.
So let's move on to the Scotch portion. He's done went and talked to his landlady. He said, "Look, dude, it ain't gonna happen. I ain't got the money." And she's like, "Well, out the door you go, man."
So
Not the where I went.
here's the question:
Damn right.
Is this a Scotch that I've only got like a couple bucks in my pocket, so that's what I'm going to pour, or is this a Scotch that, well, I'm about to get kicked out, so I might as well hit something good?
Oh,
That's my take on it. Look, man.
Oh, see, that's a
I
different
done
story.
hit the road. I might as well spend the last couple bucks I got for whatever I can get. I mean, what's the difference? So look, you got 25 bucks in your pocket. Ain't enough to pay the rent. You done been kicked out. Are you gonna buy a cheap one? Or are you just gonna go ahead and get yourself something good? You know what? You can buy
Get the
almost a whole
version of-
bottle for that with 20 bucks.
So this actually surprised us recently in our blind. What was the deal with that?
decent virgin oak. Yeah, I mean,
It was a $30
$35
challenge, and it was Monkey
What's the
Shoulder. This
box?
one, what was the other ones? Oh, the Glenmorangie X,
Naked
right?
Grouse? Yeah, yeah, Glen
Yeah,
X.
it's X.
Yeah.
It was Glen X.
X
Um,
by Glenmorangie.
Yeah, and this is damn
Dude,
good.
it stands up. 32 bucks. I can go buy that
Or
for 32
16 if
bucks
you
right
really
now.
get lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we bought a bunch of them for 16.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, that's a good bottle.
That's a
That's a
steal.
great bottle.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
to your point, if you're following that, yeah, that's a
Yeah, this is a
No-brainer.
steal.
no-brainer.
So I brought the Glenlivet Nadura. This was where did we get this? Did Bobby H gave this to us? I don't remember where this came from.
I don't remember.
This is a 54.2.
We'll just assume Bobby H.
16-year-old Glenlivet Nadura.
Mm.
This was at Drew's bar for the longest time, and he gave it to me. Said, "Man, you take this. I can't drink it. I
I
don't
didn't
like
like
it." I gotta tell you, he's missing the boat.
Look at Wesley. Coming
You
up
know what?
next.
I is neat. It
Weed for dummies.
probably I can see his point.
Yeah.
But you put a couple drops of water on this,
A little sativa would go great
turns
with
into
this.
a different dram. It's so delicious.
little water.
So I'm gonna go with my one Scotch, Glenlivet Nadura.
What'd you pick, Drew?
Well, I picked something that I figured, something
Season
that
20?
I always like. No, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, of course I would
Yeah.
I would personally do that. But if I'm thinking about the situation, something that's common, something that's doable, not too expensive, but something that's always going to be a love.
Oh, yeah. That's a totally safe bet.
Glendronach.
How many of those
12.
do you guys have on your bar? You should have more than one. You should have a backup, in the chamber.
$70 worth every
It
dollar.
used to be a hell of a lot
It used to
cheaper.
be 46 bucks.
Yes. Used to be,
It's going
but
to 70 now.
yeah.
That's a good
and,
bottle.
and gas
That's a-
used to be
I
$1.99.
mean-
Right.
That is
I remember what was below $1.
Any Scotch
No
person
shit.
should have that on their bar.
I mean, if you like Scotch and you don't have this in your bar, something is wrong with
You're
you.
missing out.
You're
Yep.
missing
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's
All right,
true.
you ready?
Oh, monkey shoulder.
Damn, he's coming big.
Shoulder.
Just throw it like
So-
bull.
Hard to argue,
Can't beat it.
$30,
Right? I
35
mean,
bucks.
That's great, New Orleans.
so this is my
That was a good trip.
this
That
is
was
my house pour at my restaurant.
Is it?
If you order just like a Scotch and soda or something, it's going to be monkey shoulder.
Oh, wow. So,
So-
you're not pouring Doers or anything. You're pouring monkey shoulder?
Look who I'm talking
That is
to.
cool, man.
So, but for me, this is a good everyday drinker, and it's not going to break the bank.
No, it's not going to break the bank.
So I can save up for my next housing situation.
Well, you're never going to feel guilty about drinking it. I mean,
don't.
you can
Not
actually
at all.
afford to buy the big dog,
Yep.
right? Well, I don't even know what the big bottle costs. It's hard to. I've seen it in a liquor store once, and I didn't even price it. I didn't look.
Probably
at the price.
$50 or $45, probably.
I mean,
You know what else is nice? It's not 40.
Mhm.
It's 43.
yeah,
That's
Good
nice.
for
yeah,
them.
it's good stuff. Molly is begging. Look at this dog.
And look how thin she is.
So
She is thin. She's
honestly,
thin.
if we look at the price point, we're talking. You guys
I
both
had the
went
most
35
expensive.
under. You're well, I don't know.
I mean,
This-
that's
You're,
six-
actually, that might be.
This-
that's a
might be
16-year-old.
up there.
You
This
guys
is
went
16-year-old Yeah, this is a 16-year-old Glenlivet Nadura. It's 54.2. This is probably $100 bucks or better.
You think?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh.
Little teapot drink.
You
Wait
have
a minute.
teapot?
Wait a minute. Wait a
Yes,
minute.
I got most of
Hey,
the bottles of
what?
teapot
Hey,
drink.
guys.
Why do you have that much?
I got to pour out.
I didn't mean to pour mine.
Right.
Hold on.
Why do you have that much teapot?
Right.
What the
Because
hell
it's
are
sitting on
How
my
do you
shelf.
not drink the teapot?
Well, I can tell you, I have most of a bottle of teapot back there, and it's going next
You
weekend.
taking it up next week?
Yep.
That's gonna be awesome. If
Good
you've
thing
not,
KB's
if you've
not
not
on this
had
show 'cause he
teapot,
sent these.
KB is the bomb.
So I'm going to take a
Love
sip
that
of this
guy.
virgin oak, and then I'm going to maybe
I may join
finish
you
it
on
off with
that.
a little teapot.
That seems like a good way to
It's a
finish
good,
tonight.
good way to finish
Yep.
tonight. Wow.
Yeah, that teapot's it's
I
good.
will
This
say-
is batch 7.
I think George Thorogood was onto something. I enjoyed bourbon, Scotch, and beer.
You know, that's the thing that's amazing is we talked through 2 types of drinks that we never talked about. We never
Right.
talked about beer, but we explored them. We talked about bourbon, and we don't normally explore bourbon, and we did tonight. We had 4 different bourbons. They had different flavors, different characters.
I
Different
think we had
palate.
like 6.
Yeah, maybe so. But
But it's good.
that's fun.
Well, at the end of the day, so our YouTube channel for 6 years is Scotch,
Mhm.
obviously Scotch for Dummies, but it doesn't mean we don't have lives and do other things, right?
Yeah.
We've been drinking beer for
we could do
Oh,
gin
I
for
don't know,
dummies, to be
40
honest with you.
years.
When we get together, what's the first
Maybe.
hour usually? It's always
Hanging out.
It's beer usually.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, so and look, dude, I'm very partial to Coors Light just because I can hydrate. I can have a couple of those. Not, but so it was fun to at least talk through a couple of different ones. You know, what do you enjoy? What's different? What's out there? What can you like? What can't you like? And the bourbons, we've been wading into that a little bit, right?
A
We've
little
been-
bit. Yeah,
we've
we're
been
learning.
doing
We're
this.
learning.
More exposure.
I'm learning.
I like the fact that once you are working on your palate and developing, identifying flavors and stuff, it doesn't matter what you're
Drink,
true.
right? You're absolutely,
Right?
or eating for that matter. You're absolutely right.
It's an educational piece to it too.
That's good because there's a quiz after the meal.
Oh
next Friday.
shit!
Oh,
So
The meal next weekend. Let's talk about that.
somebody's got to pick up the tip.
Oh, someone's got to pick up the tip. Molly, get back here.
Molly, what are you doing now?
Actually, I think Molly's coming up to the restaurant for pets. Or is that the
That's
hotel?
Saturday.
At the
Saturday.
hotel.
So we're talking about next weekend. Obviously not this coming weekend, but the 12th and the 13th, we are having the big 6-year
a week
celebration.
from tomorrow.
So a week from tomorrow, we missed the 5-year. Thanks, COVID. We missed the
Yep.
Scotland trip. Thanks, COVID. But damned if we're not missing the 6-year. And we're doing this where it's happening. Pretty excited. It's coming together. A lot of things have happened. Friday's dinner is locked and loaded. We are ready to go. Tickets, there's maybe a handful. I'm going to say
On Friday
5
night
or
for
6
sure. Yeah.
tickets left for a Friday night. Not to worry. If y'all don't pick them up, Sean's got them sold to regular
They're already
locals
sold,
that have been
so,
asking
yeah.
anyway. So no worries about that. Going to be an awesome dinner. Awesome whiskeys are being shared. If you're staying at the hotel, we have a bus that's going to be. I'll be riding on the bus with you. I'm staying at the hotel. It's all good. Friday after the dinner, we go back to the hotel, do whatever. Saturday, we get up at noon. There will be a catered lunch from Backroads, Sean's first restaurant, which I'm looking forward to.
Yep.
Yep.
And then as soon as we get done eating and filling our bellies full of what we need, we've got 3 whiskey workshops. They're going to be spaced out a little bit. We'll probably start the first one at 1,
then 3,
and then 3 and 5, something like that.
Yep.
Just to make sure people have enough time to relax and have time. But if you bought a ticket, you have an entry to the whiskey workshop. We have Cameron from Ardbeg, who is going to put on a killer.
Holy moly.
Probably going to put him last because it's Ardbeg and it's peated, but you're not going to want to miss it. I'm stoked about what he's going to do.
Be epic.
We have Dan Kroll from Glenmorangie. He's going to be talking about maturation, which if you've never heard Dan speak, you're missing out. The dude knows it all. And then we've also got Ben Dietrich from the SMWS, who's going to take us on a peated flight outside of Islay.
What?
In other words, let's talk about, everybody hears the word peat, they think Islay.
Yep.
Let's talk about peat that's not from Islay. So we're talking.
He's got a whole flight of non-Isla peat.
He's got the SMWS at his disposal, dude. Of course he does. Yeah. So, and all 3 of these guys are extremely passionate about a Scotch, let alone whiskey. It's going to be stoked. Aside from that, while that's all going on, we're going to have a live show going, probably 8 hours. Probably be a couple other whiskey tubers that kind of hijack our show, whether it's Test Dummies, whether it's Scotch on the Bayou, whether it's I Whiskey Sheep Wine, Smash and Drum. They'll all be there. They may take over, but there's going to be a lot of whiskey sharing in the lobby as well. We're going to have a live blind lineup from people that show up. We're going to take everybody's name, and if you're interested, you can partake. We're going to blind draw people to participate. It's going to be a good time. So if you haven't signed up, you've got about a couple days to do so because we got to shut these tickets down to be done. We're super stoked. We talked to our patrons on the pre-show that are coming, and we're excited to see everybody. We really
It's
are.
going to be cool.
What are you looking for, Drew?
We're looking for something to give away.
We're looking for something to give away, like right now.
Right now.
Right there.
So we're going to start.
Oh, boom! There's the giveaway. Give a 2-ounce sample.
Give a 2-ounce sample of teapot.
There's 3.
Sure, why not, man?
I've got bottles at home if you don't have one. All right, so
I've got 5 ounce and 1 ounce.
Let's give a 2-ounce sample of KB.
Home.
Oh, how about we do this?
What?
KB rocks.
all right, so put hashtag KB Rocks in your comment. You have to subscribe to be able to comment, but do that, and then we will send you, if you win, a 2-ounce sample of the Teapot Dram Batch 7. Is that right?
This is, yes, it's long gone. You'll never find it out there. Maybe on the secondary market for way
Too much money.
find.
Yep.
But this is good. This is bottle 3273 of 3993, 59.9% ABV.
And if you're coming to next Saturday's deal, we're gonna drink this whole thing.
Oh,
I'm bringing that's my bottle, and so we're gonna bring that up and we're gonna hammer it down. So
Look,
if you've never tried Teapot Dram, you'll get a chance.
look, there's a
yeah, look at all of them. They're killing it.
there's a spreadsheet on our Discord.
So Wesley, no space. You gotta be all one word.
There's a spreadsheet on our Discord about what everybody's bringing. Everybody that's going to come is going to bring their own stash of whiskey that they want to share. We get it if you can't.
Oh, yeah.
If you're traveling and you're not checking a bag, completely understandable. I'm saying in the lobby, there will be a plethora of incredible wild whiskeys that you're going to want to try. Scotch for Dummies alone is bringing 4 or 5 bottles that
I'm bringing
you just can't find.
3 off my bar.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't find
I'm
them.
bringing 3 off of my bar. So I mean, between Scotch for Dummies and Sean and myself, there's almost 10 bottles right there.
Ridiculous bottles.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Don't worry. Show up. Make sure you guys come. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a long 3 or 4
Long
days.
day, but that's okay.
I'm excited about it.
I can't wait to break in the new room.
I can't either. The lockers
So
look great.
if you go to Discord, you've seen a picture of the preview of the room that we're doing for Friday night.
I think it's in the Patreon.
It's brand new, never used before, as well as the new whiskey lockers that are up there too.
Yeah.
Mm.
We got that coming up too.
Yep.
It's going to be good, man.
So, as a reminder, no live Thursday, next Thursday, right?
But but the
But live
following
on
Saturday, we're probably going to do I don't
Saturday
know,
the 13th,
a long
yeah.
day of
We'll
recording
do
live.
we'll do
Yeah.
like multiples, shorter ones, probably,
Yeah,
possibly,
more than likely.
kind of like the 12 Hours of Boom. That
Molly's
Yeah,
going to
don't-
interview people. It'll be awesome.
Molly will be up there to say hi.
Hey, what's the somebody post the Discord link so they can get in the Discord too. But yeah, make sure you hit pound KB Rocks right now. We've got probably, I don't even know what's the count last time I saw. We have 19 people and there's 68,
That's
63 watching.
pretty good odds to win this.
Yeah.
19 people entered.
If you've
for
not
a
had
2-ounce
teapot, you're
pour of
missing
teapot
out.
that you can only get at the distillery. This is last year's.
And it's
And
ridiculous.
while you're
Crazy
at
enough to
it,
put
since you're kind of multitasking, hit the like button because it's
For
huge
real.
for us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mark JG.
All right,
How
we're
you
going to
doing,
give it 2 more minutes and then go from there. See who wins. Well, you know
Well-
what? It was an interesting night. Something
It's
different.
fun.
So what's everybody's favorite? We had a beer, a bourbon, and a scotch. What'd you like?
I like the home one.
Yeah?
I like the Guinness.
That's good though.
I like the Guinness. I mean, it's a staple, right? I mean, you can't go wrong with Guinness.
Oh, you know what?
I like all the Deanston. I like all.
I was gonna have my speckled hen.
You want it?
Yeah, but I don't want to drink it out of the can. Is there another glass back there?
Look who you talking to.
This is pork.
This is the bar, dude.
We
give me-
can
yeah.
throw a party literally right now.
Let's do it. Y'all should come over right now. We should do
Old
this.
speckled hen.
Old speckled hen.
We can
man.
have a casino set
This
up in
is
about
a
20 minutes.
fine English ale, baby.
Yeah, you can.
You hear that?
What is going on there?
Sounds like a mess.
You hear that? It sounds like an English ale.
Or a
to
Colts
me.
game.
I think
All
the
right.
Colts are winning.
I did one.
Mhm.
All right, let's do this. Let's see. We got 22 entries. Gosh, 22 out of 68.
Man, you guys don't know what you're missing out on. I can tell you.
All right. Well,
Are we taking this out?
let's do one
I
last
do
look at
want
this
to- yeah,
because
I'm
we
putting an
can.
Old school
I actually need
baby.
to sample that for Chad.
This dog
I want to sample
is
that.
ready. Well,
Jam
she's
and
right there.
jam
Molly,
and been on some shit like this,
Sit.
man. You can't get
Sit.
that.
I got.
you said.
I probably have.
She doesn't sit.
Didn't say. All
All
right.
right, it's
Hey,
time
Brad,
for Molly to
that
get her
bottle
pretzel.
is
So let's do
delicious.
this.
Like literally.
Let's see who wins.
Stupid. Look at
Sample.
that.
Booyah.
And here we go. Here we
And-
go. Here we go.
Slowing down.
It's slowing down.
Mark
Mark
JG.
My brother, the preacher. Dang.
Preacher's
I'm
in.
super excited.
All right. So
All right,
Mark,
Mark.
send us your mailing address, scotch4dummies@gmail.com. We'll get a sample to you.
That's my brother.
Or maybe we give it to Lee and she'll take it back. Or
Well, that's a good idea.
Either way,
We'll
we can
figure
share.
it
That's
out.
not a big deal.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get it figured out. It'll be fine.
We know it.
Yep.
Man,
I'm gonna have a little
down in Austin,
Pork.
Mark JG, he sat there on the couch and I just had a confessional. It was awesome. I can trust him. He's a preacher, man. He can't
He's a
talk
good,
about
he's a
it.
good man.
I just let it go.
I tell you
emptied
what,
out. He's a good man.
Yeah.
Look at the head on that.
He carried Aquavite with him all weekend. It was good.
You did.
Wow.
Well, gentlemen, fun show
Dang,
tonight.
man.
Fun show. What'd you pour? Oh,
What are you talking about?
Let me pour some of that before we end the show.
Sir, I want a beer
That's
or I'm
good.
going to have teapot drink.
Right?
Duh.
You can have your speckled hand. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'll have
I'm
some
just
of
saying
that.
I'm gonna drink your share.
I wanted to have that special hand.
That's a English fine ale.
It is fun.
Oh.
So would he been proud, Thorgood? Would he?
I think Thorogood would have been proud. We probably drank above his class. I'm just gonna say.
I did.
A wee bit.
I had Virgin Oak. I had Coors
Just a
Light.
wee bit. Well, you run in
Well,
those
turkey.
circles, don't you?
I had Heaven Hill.
You did?
That
Yeah,
feels like that's in that.
I
price
think
range.
Heaven Hill is
Yeah,
probably
you
the
guys are
cheapest.
kind of bougie over there.
For
Wait.
bougie.
But
Oh
you
my
said you like
God.
the Heaven Hill the best.
I did like the Heaven Hill. It was
You
pretty
know,
good.
you say bougie. Tom R was drinking some beer that looked like a wine earlier.
He
You
was
did.
drinking. Yeah.
If you have to drink stuff out of a goblet, I don't know, man.
I was.
Listen.
Listen,
Fun show. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next 2 weeks from now.
not next Thursday. We will see, hopefully, most of you on Saturday,
Saturday.
the 13th, where there's going to be all kinds of events. Hopefully, we're
Some of you in person.
representing what's happening. We're going to see a lot of you in person. Really looking forward to it. Guys,
Good
it's
time.
coming up on us, man.
6
Cheers,
years.
fellas.
Cheerio,
Awesome.
mate.
Cheers.
6 years.
3, 2, 1.